Everyone has their own definitions of self-love. For me personally, self-love is also tied into self-care. If you don't care for yourself, then clearly you're not really having self-love towards yourself. And for chronic illness, especially rheumatoid arthritis, I feel the number one thing is to love your body and flaws, because rheumatoid arthritis, juvenile arthritis, sometimes physical changes can occur. People can be put on disability, have deformities and surgery. Loving yourself through all these changes is really important. It's easy to get down about your appearance and compare yourself to others, but that's the second thing. Do not compare yourself to people on your journey, because your journey is your own and everyone is on their own path. So you just got to really work towards your own goals. Third thing is to practice gratitude daily. Oftentimes you can say, why me, and start to look at all the negative things that are happening in your life and forget to realize the good things that are happening and all the positive that has happened at the same time that these negative things have occurred. So when you start practicing gratitude and are thankful and grateful for what you do have, realize that you have abundance in your life. Another thing that can help your daily practice of gratitude is to journal. Take 5-10 minutes during the morning when you wake up, and another 5 to 10 minutes before you go to bed. There's one journal out there, it's on Amazon, and I personally haven't bought it, but I use their prompts. When I looked it up, I just wrote them down on my own, because I don't always like to use a journal and like sit there and write, because if my hand is hurting one day, I just, it's just easier for me to have it out on a piece of paper or even email it to myself and just use it on my phone. It's called the 5-Minute Journal, and I'm sure many of you have already heard of it. And there's several others out there like that, but I really liked how this journal was really simple, and it just asked a few questions. Like, what are you grateful for today? What are 3 things that you want to accomplish? Or something like that. It's just really straightforward and to the point. It's not overwhelming. The link is below. This is not sponsored or affiliated by any means. It's just something that has helped me. And I swear your day will go better if you start off by journaling this way. And then when you go to bed at night, you'll realize, oh my God, this happened, and it was a pretty good day. So that's really important. Fourth thing is keep self-care simple, but with intention. You don't need to get all outrageous in your self-care practices. There's so many people out there oil pulling, dry brushing, just doing all these different things, and there's nothing wrong with them. I do them myself, but I'm saying if you're starting out on a daily ritual practice and you have a chronic illness, start slow. Don't overwhelm yourself, because that will just create stress, and you don't want that in your life at all if you live with chronic illness. Obviously, it's not always avoidable, but if you can avoid it in terms of this situation right here, not putting so much on your plate, it will help. Start off by doing simple things like getting up, brushing your teeth, washing your face, doing that at night again, getting dressed. If you work from home, especially many people with chronic illness and who are on disability, they work from home sometimes, make sure you show up for work. I heard this once and it was really eye-opening, because sometimes I would just like sit in my pajamas and do work, and I would just feel so gross and just ill, even more ill than I already am. So when I heard that, I made it a point to get dressed, work out, eat breakfast, do what I got to do in the morning. Don't even look at my phone for a good 30 minutes to an hour, which sometimes is hard to do if I'm answering emails or whatever, but that's something I'm working on. And have a morning ritual practice and then get to work. So starting off slowly will really help you further your daily ritual practices and start to incorporate all those other things that you can do. Number 5, be an advocate for yourself. And don't be embarrassed of your chronic illness or disability. Be confident enough to voice what you need. And if you need help or assistance, don't be shy about it. A lot of times you're going to need help, and it's about being open about what you need with those around you. Number 6, know your worth. And number 7 will tie into this too. Stick around positive people who support, love, and care for you. It's really important to be around those who are going to uplift you on your journey. There's nothing worse than having people who are energy vampires, negative, and just drain you, because that will only fuel your stress and in turn make your illness worse. Be mindful of who you keep company and who you let into your life. For instance, I'll give an example. I have a certain lifestyle in terms of how I eat. And I don't really like to use the word diet because for me, the way I eat is not really a diet. It's for my life. It's to feel good and to heal my body. And I know alongside my doctors what I need to do. And screwed myself over countless of times, and I had to end up paying for it days or weeks later, or even months sometimes. So I would have, let's say, a friend be like, well, if you can't come out to eat with us at this restaurant, why don't you just sit and join us? So a lot of the times I would either not go because I would not be feeling well, or I would just be like, I'm just going to make dinner at home. I'll catch up with you guys another time. We'll plan something else. Other times I would eat at home and then just join them and sit along like I was asked to do. And then later on, me and this person obviously got in an argument, and they threw it back at me and said, well, all you just do is sit there when we eat. It's like, okay, didn't you tell me to come and just sit there and watch you guys eat and just talk? I don't have a problem if I don't eat at the table. People who use things against you like that are not true friends. It's uncalled for and it's rude and disrespectful, especially when they tell you that it's okay for you to come and sit there, which at the end of the day, you don't need anyone's permission, to be honest with you. If I just wanted to go sit there and talk to friends and catch up, I can do that without someone telling me to do so. But at the end of the day, they did mention that, and then they told me, well, all you just do is sit there. It makes no sense. You can't really deal with people like that. And so the best thing to do is not associate with them. So that brings me to number 7, know your worth. So when you know your worth, you won't put up with bullshit like that. And it's really important when you live with a chronic illness to not be around that energy, because you'll realize on your journey, sometimes you'll have to deal with that and it won't be nice. Number 8, focus on what goes well. And this ties into what I said earlier. If you're having a bad day, make time to take notice of what went good, and that will automatically uplift you. When you find time to create joy in your life and bring balance, you'll automatically feel better. So doing whatever feels good to you is a step in the right direction. Last thing, number 10, learn to say no and don't feel guilty about it. There'll be times when you need to say no, and saying no is just honoring what you need to do for yourself. The things that are out there now may not always talk about these things, but I made this video specifically for those of us living with chronic illness, and I hope that this can help you guys in some way because it's helped me. So until next time, guys, take care. Bye.